And we're back. Guys, I absolutely love Mothership RPG. It is such a fun game to play solo. I have noticed the comments, people are requesting, hey, when's this coming back, the solo play? I know it's been a while since the last episode. The thing is I tried to run an episode with Gradient Descent, the mega dungeon, and if you watched the last video, I said I was going to compare the two, and then we would try a solo play using whichever one works better. I tried Gradient Descent. It doesn't really work with solo play. There's too much role play in it. It's really great for at the table when there's multiple people and everybody has their own, conversation. I can't have a conversation with myself, so I feel like Dead Planet is a much better system to use. We have our team on the USS Vermilion, a really junked up ship. It's got so many things that need to be replaced. We need to get rid of this ship ASAP. But we have Ray Quill, our Teamster, Ed Malone, our Marine, who has pretty good stats actually. Sarah Finch, she's a scientist and a spy. And then last we have Variable Interface Knowledge, or Vic. We've color coded so that way we can match the dice with the rolls. If we look back in our solo play session, we can see here that on Marley's Echo, there was an artifact that was going to be located on floor 11 in room 9. We have been slowly making our way through this and acquiring some treasure. We did get a bunch of crew members to help flesh out the team a little bit. And when we go into downtime after this is all said and done, we'll be able to reduce our stress with the therapist and stuff like that. So we can make our way back to Marley's Echo and head down to floor number 3 on the elevator, because we know as viewers that on floor 11, room 9, there's an artifact. But as the team, we don't know. So we're going to be making our way room by room, checking every entrance. We do have a system where there's a D3 -1 door, no matter what. So we won't get boxed in, and if we get to the end of the floor and there is no elevator, the last room of that floor will be an elevator. Let's open up our book. This is Dead Planet. It has inside of it a ship module generator, and in it I've kind of added my own little notes to gamify the system a little bit. And also over here, I made up some numbers. People were asking in the comment section, where did I get these numbers? I just made them up. Some of them I used different modules and similar price ranges for that, but really, on a scale of, 100, there's some good stuff in here. There's a lot of, useless is an option as well. There's some for several million. And so, it's just a random generated number. So nothing special there. You can use it if you want. We also have a random encounter table. It might be a little hard to see in pencil, but there are zombies infested on this ship. Something broke out of containment and infected the crew. And as we move through here, we might be encountering more zombies. We did pick up some battle armor, some battle dress, and some pulse rifles last session. So that might help us a little bit. So we are in room 3.2 right now. We need to see how many ways out are there. Okay, so there are 2 ways out of this room. So we can have a way coming down here and another way coming off of here. There are a total of 14 rooms on level 3, and so we have a lot of branching that we can do here. Since it is randomly generated, it doesn't really matter if we go to the east or to the south, but we can leave that up to a die roll. So evens, we go east. Okay, we're going south, and we're going to name this room 3.3. Now, this is the fun part. What is inside room 3.3? First, we have to know, is there a random encounter in this room? And that happens on doubles. No random encounter, so it's just the base of what is inside the room. So with that, we roll a d6 and a d10. 1 and 4. So that puts us in this column here, and we go down to 4. Life support, non-repairable. Okay, so we have just basically a crud room with nothing inside. We don't like to see that, but then again, it's better than zombies, right? Okay, and so from this room, how many ways out are there? There's another 2 ways out of this room. Okay, so actually, we have the one way here. This is the other way. Okay, so we can head over into this room here. We're going to call this room 3.4, and hopefully we don't hit zombies, but we do hit a massive treasure haul. do we have a random encounter? 89. Hey, we got by without it. So what's inside? 6 and 6. I think that's a really bad roll for us. Come over to the 6, and oh, it's 1d5 squatters in vac suits, huddling around the warmth of the engines. Okay, so we left this place for a while. We picked up some new gear. We tried to explore that other dungeon. It just didn't work out. So during that time, other people have been coming and going out of this place. So what we need to know now is, how do they feel about us? And for that, we have to look over at Gradient Descent. We are using their reaction rules because it is a very smooth system. So the way it works is if you roll an even, it's a positive reaction. If you roll odds, it's a negative reaction. If it's doubles, then the positive becomes super friendly, and if it's negative, they become very, very hostile. The higher the roll, the better equipped the team is, and the lower the roll, the less prepared they are, like the less gear they have, okay? Maybe they need help, or maybe they're injured, all right? So let's see how these squatters feel about us. We are a team of souped up, we have 4 dudes, we're all rocking pulse rifles. Let's see how we do here. 69, okay, so that is an odd number. That it is a higher end, they're not unequipped, they're not prepared, they're not unprepared for us, so we can roll a d6, or sorry, it's a d5. Squatters just re-roll a 6. So it's 5 squatters. That's not great. Okay, and so they have 5 dudes. They're untrustworthy of us. They outnumber us. And so what they're going to ask for is a payment. This is not a good reaction for us. They're not hostile, but it is a negative reaction. So they're going to say, give us treasure, give us some credits, or we're going to kill you. And so I think we have a choice to make. How much do we actually have as a team? I think we have 76,000 credits. We don't want to let them know that, so we're going to lowball them. And we're going to say, you know, here's 5,000 credits. You know, we're just a bunch of broke dudes. We're just trying to make our way in the solar system. And let's see how they take that. This could go bad for us. If it's negative, then we're going to fight because we're going to resist giving them more money. 80, they're good with that. Okay, they're like 5,000 credits. That's 1,000 credits for each of us? What? Okay, cool, because these dudes are squatters anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to deduct. That's not great for our team. We don't want to lose money for nothing. We're going to drop down to 71K. That'll give us, you know, a little bit of leverage with these dudes. They're not going to bother us. We don't have to shed any blood, because the truth is we might survive, but, you know, we might not. So we're going to move past this room. How many ways out are there? There's just that one, so we actually hit a dead end. We're going to come back up here and go around to 3.5. We don't like losing treasure for no reason, man. Would have been better if they would have offered us something. Maybe we're a little mean next time. All right, 3.5. Here we go. So first we have to roll the... Well, we could do the room first, and then if there's a random encounter in that room, could add on top of whatever it is we encounter. So let's do that first. So we have... Oh, this is not what I'm supposed to roll. I'm supposed to roll this. Okay, so we have 2 and 8. It tells us it's an engine. It's completely destroyed and unusable. Man, that's too bad, because here's the thing. There are a couple of systems and thrusters and fuels that we can upgrade and increase our ship's value, because right now our ship is trash, dude. And we keep hitting these like useless, destroyed. I mean, the ship is derelict, so I guess that makes sense. Okay, so how many additional ways out of... Oh, is there a random encounter? 71? No, we're good to go. So how many ways out? Hey, there's 2 more ways out of this room. Actually, I think I decided that it was 2 more ways, not just the initial way. So this guy's gonna have a way out, and also this guy's gonna have a way out. But we are heading out of this room, and we could go up here as well. Okay. We have been hitting a lot of doors. If you guys remember from session 1, it was 1 door every room, 1 door every room. Okay, so this is a networked place. Okay, so let's see here. We could come up. Yeah, sure. Let's see what's going on in room 3.6. We don't want... It would be cool if we hit one of these treasure nodes. because there's some massive treasure in here. And if we hit in the millions, we can just leave the ship with or without the artifact and head back to Cloudbank or actually the module is called Pound of Flesh. There's this huge star system, and there's actually little mini missions we could do there too that are, I think, quite fun. But we're heading up to 3.6. We didn't hit anything there. Let's see what is in the room. Oh, 3 and 9. Okay. There's a stowaway squatting here. Okay, so there's just a person who's hiding out. Let's see how they feel about us. 38 is a positive reaction. They are low equipped. They don't really have a lot to offer. Maybe they have some information for us, though. Maybe they can tell us something that's... Oh, something about the lore. There was a zombie breakout here, and this guy's hiding from the zombies. He was a member of the crew of the ship before the outbreak happened, and he can tell us that there was some sort of gas leak, and in this gas leak it's spread out, and anybody who breathes it in could become infected. Yeah, so yeah, we need to strap up around any waste disposal encounters. We need to like cover our face and wear our protective gear, but we did buy battle dress, so that will give us an advantage on that roll against this waste disposal league body save, because that is what turns people into zombies. Okay, so out of this room, what do we have? 3. Well, we got a couple ways out. Here's what we can do. We can double back now. So we have a way there, and we have a way here. So we're not like kind of zipping around too much. Okay, let's come into room 3.7, see what we've got. There is still life support on this ship because we've encountered people and they're still alive. And I think we rolled that the life support was semi-functional on the ship no matter what. Okay, so there are 14. We're halfway through. Let's see what is in this room. 5 and 2 brings us down to 1d10 shipping containers full of random cargo. This is what we love. We love hitting 5, and anything on level 5 basically is really good. Half of the encounters on level 5 are really good. So we have a d10 shipping containers. There are 9 shipping containers. Now, is there a random encounter in this room? Are there zombies? 20, what? Guys, you can't make this up. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so we hit the random encounter for the first time in this session. So we roll a d10. We have not, guys, it is zombies. You're kidding me, dude. This is so fun. Okay, so there's 4 zombies, 4 heroes, 4 zombies. This could be bad for us. Here we go. Let's see here. So the zombies, they have combat 25. They're nothing scary, but they do a d10 of damage. And, you know, actually, I wrote down the little notes here, but actually we could just pull up the monster book. It's really cool. You got to see the art. God, look at this piece. I think I might have shown it off on the last session as well, but this entire book is filled to the brim with just incredibly cool art. We got some weird like Atari styled art over here. These are some creepy space Nazis. We got all kinds of cool stuff in here. I cannot recommend you guys picking up Mothership RPG enough. It is amazing. I got the gold box set, the one with like the gold filigree. Inside that box, it was a little pricey, but guess what? There has been countless hours of fun. My table at home, the guys in my online group from the Bro SR, also some players from the channel members have also played with me. We had some space battles happening. Mothership is incredibly fun. Now, let's get into the action here. I've kind of gushed over the system a little bit. Check out this cool art. They do 1d10 damage. If you get bitten, in 3d10 hours, you become a zombie. So don't get bitten, okay? If they do more damage than my 7 AP, my 7 armor, then I'm gonna get infected. My dude will have to, you know, like probably get shot in the head because he's gonna mutate into one of these things. So we need speed checks from the team. So with that, we need D100 rolls. Sadly, I lost my good my D10 for the tens place for my greens. So I have this weird colored one that has a 10 where it should be a 0. I hate this dice. But this will be the tens place. The rest of my sets are perfect. Okay, so we're going to roll speed checks for the team to see if they can beat the zombies. And then we'll have to compare their speed scores on what's actually on the page. But the chances of us going first are pretty small because everybody's stats are really low. All right, we have 40, 93. I think that's a loss. 57. And remember, any crits or crit fails here don't matter because it's just a speed check. Okay, so let's look at our stats here. Speed for Vic is 33. He fails with a 93. So he is after. Sarah Finch, also 39, is a fail. She needs a 39. Oh, here we go. Exactly a success for Ray Quill. So he will go first. And Ed Malone, 32. Hey, his speed's 36, so he will go first as well. So we have these two guys up front, and then the zombies will go, and then these two guys after. Now, a quick note about combat. This system is so fun. If you fail your attack roll, you do take a stress. If you critically fail, you have to make a stress check. But just because you miss doesn't mean, just because you fail your check doesn't mean you miss the attack. You can still do damage to the monster. It's just you have the added stress. Sometimes you might miss, but as narratively speaking, we can still kill the monsters and take on all that extra stress from having done such a bad job. Or maybe we empty the clip and we don't have any more ammo, stuff like that. All right, Ray Quill is up first. He's the teamster. He's really good with industrial equipment. He does understand chemistry though. So he might have like some sort of insight as to like what's going on with these zombies because they are infected from that gas leak, the waste disposal leak. And since he's a chemistry guy, I'm going to let him add 10 to his attack bonus, his combat bonus. So he's going to have some insight. He's like, okay, I know that with this nervous system attack, I have to hit the brain, right? So we're going to roll a D100, and if he can get a 50 or under, because he's going to get the 10 bonus from his chemistry knowledge. 76 is a miss. He's going to take a point of stress. I missed the head, but he might still do a pretty good amount of damage here. We're going to have him roll 3d10 and blast this zombie. Okay, so we did 14 points of damage against the zombie. It only has one wound of 10, so that explodes the zombie's guts everywhere. Next up, we have Ed Malone. Ed is a combat veteran. He's seen some stuff. He has military training. He has firearms training. He's going to have a 15 on top of his combat skill of 46. So he's going to be at 61, I think. Lock and load, bro. 43 is a hit. He's going to blast this thing. Let's go. Okay, yeah, again, he rips into this zombie, more than enough to destroy a second zombie. There are 2 zombies left, and we're going to have them choose their targets randomly because we don't know who they would hit, right? Like, I don't know who that would be. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's up against Ray Quill, the first attack, and the second is against Sarah Finch. Okay, here we go. Okay, 2 zombie attacks. 63 is a miss. Thank goodness. It does not get... These zombies are pretty bad at combat, which is good for us. So the first one tries to get onto Ray, but his battle gear keeps him safe. Now Sarah's up next. 61, we're safe. She's good to go. These guys are very unlikely to hit and break through our armor. So Sarah shrugs the dude off, and then we're going to move to the second part of combat where Vic will go next. And now Vic, let's see, what does he have that could help him? Not much in this situation, so he's just going to roll a flat combat check with 41 as his skill. 31, hey, very nice, dude, excellent. So he blasts and does a, oh, that's only 1 point of damage. So that's only 9 points of damage. He blasts one, but it doesn't fall. He blows the arm off of it, and it just keeps coming relentlessly. Sarah's gonna come up next. Now, does Sarah have any skills that can help her in this? She doesn't. She's good with hacking and computers. She's a spy. She's not meant for zombie killing. And so she's got a very low combat skill of 39. Maybe she can do it. This is the tens place. A 76 is not going to do it. She's going to take on a point of stress. She's the most stressed out member of our team, I think, with 8 points of stress. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. But we are going to the top of the round where Ed Malone is actually, I think, actually, we're going to have Ed second because Ray is up first. And he's going to be using his understanding of chemistry to blow the brains out of this creature that was very grievously wounded but not killed. A critical. We have a critical success. So how about this? He blasts that one for 1 point of damage, and then any carryover damage will hit the next zombie for a total of 12. Oh, that is enough to kill both zombies one shot. With a crit, you gotta give like some kind of awesome benefit. And the awesome benefit here is he shoots one bullet, hits one zombie, goes into the next one, hits that one too. Ray Quill, the hero of the hour, excellent work. Now, to the victor goes the spoils. We have 9 shipping containers. And inside these shipping containers, we could have a massive amount of treasure. We are looking forward to some riches. And so let's roll a D100. Let's see what is inside these 9 shipping containers. 55. 55 tells us it's an anthropology mission. So for me, I think maybe we've seen this result or something similar to it. Maybe what it means is like after this trip to a desolate planet, they went on the anthropology tour, they gathered up all of these cultural artifacts, and they filled up all these shipping containers with, each one is worth 80,000 creds. Now that, we have 9 of these. And so that means we have finally made it. We are in a good spot. We can take these shipping containers, load them up on the USS Vermilion, and get out of Dodge. We can head back to the star system, to the space station, and we can sell off our goods. We can upgrade our gear. We can also do some missions in that starbase. It's actually a pretty cool place. And maybe someday we come back and try to keep delving deeper and deeper. But you know, with this haul alone, we are set and ready to rock for quite a while. So, guys, a short session, but a little bit of combat, a little bit of treasure. Like, you can't ask for better results than that. We do need to de-stress some of our team a little bit, so we will be doing that as well at the start of the next session. I will roll their downtime to see how much stress gets reduced. It's not guaranteed, let me tell you right now. Things could be worse after their stress reduction. But yeah, I hope you guys pick up Mothership RPG. I hope you give it a shot, because a lot of people say it's just Traveler. It's not. It is not Traveler. Traveler is Doomarest, okay? Traveler is high space fantasy. This is grit and horror of the alien corporate mega corp universe. It is gritty, it is terrible. People fall apart and fall to pieces. It is not the same game. This is a special, awesome thing in and of itself. Check out Mothership. It's super fun. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.